Hello, dear seniors. Today we will discuss about heart attack. As a cardiologist, I'm going to tell you 5 super secrets to prevent heart attack. Stick with me till end. So, after 60, every heartbeat becomes more precious, not just for you, but for the people who love you. The truth is, a strong heart isn't just about living longer. It's about living moments that truly matter. Watching your grandchildren grow, sharing quiet mornings with your partner, or enjoying the laughter of friends who've been with you through the years. Doctors often remind their patients that heart health after 60 is the foundation of independence and joy. Every small choice, the food you eat, the walks you take, the rest you give your body either strengthens that foundation or weakens it. A heart attack doesn't just arrive suddenly. It builds silently through unnoticed habits and ignored warnings. But the hopeful part is this. Doctors say it's never too late to protect your heart. Every new day gives you another chance to care for it, to keep it beating strong and steady for the people who mean the most. Because protecting your heart is really protecting your time, your freedom, and the love that fills your life. So, number 1. Do keep your blood pressure below 120/80ths every single day. Doctors often emphasize that maintaining blood pressure below 120/80 is one of the most effective ways to prevent heart attacks after 60. High blood pressure, often called a silent killer, damages the inner lining of arteries without causing pain or obvious symptoms. Over time, this pressure makes artery walls stiff and narrow, forcing the heart to work harder and increasing the risk of clots that can block blood flow to the heart or brain. Some cardiologists explain that when blood pressure rises even slightly above normal, the heart's workload grows significantly and the chances of plaque rupture or vessel damage multiply. That's why daily control, not just an occasional check, matters so much. Many older adults believe that high blood pressure is a natural part of aging, but research shows this is not true. The American Heart Association and other medical bodies consistently report that keeping blood pressure in the optimal range greatly lowers heart attack and stroke risk, even in people over 70. This control requires steady attention rather than strict restriction. Doctors recommend checking blood pressure at home at least a few times each week, ideally at the same time of day, using an upper arm cuff monitor for accuracy. Monitoring trends helps detect subtle rises early, before they become dangerous. A balanced diet plays a central role. Studies have found that eating foods rich in potassium, such as leafy greens and bananas, helps the body remove excess sodium, which is a major trigger for high blood pressure. Reducing processed foods, restaurant meals, and salty snacks can prevent the daily sodium buildup that stiffens arteries. Doctors often highlight the DASH approach, emphasizing vegetables, fruits, lean proteins, and whole grains as a proven model for blood pressure control. Equally important are rest and relaxation. When the body is constantly under stress, hormones like cortisol and adrenaline keep pressure elevated, even at night. Simple practices such as deep breathing, light stretching, or slow evening walks have been shown in medical studies to reduce systolic pressure by several points within weeks. Finally, good quality sleep gives the cardiovascular system time to repair itself. When sleep is cut short, blood pressure remains higher for longer periods, putting extra strain on the heart. Keeping numbers steady every single day through awareness.com and consistency is one of the most powerful shields against heart attack after 60. Number 2. Do walk at least 30 minutes every day, but with awareness. Doctors often describe walking as one of the simplest yet most powerful tools for heart protection after 60. A daily 30-minute walk helps the heart pump blood more efficiently, improves oxygen delivery to every cell, and lowers resting heart rate over time. But medical experts also stress that the way you walk matters as much as the distance you cover. Many seniors walk hurriedly or without posture awareness, which limits the cardiovascular benefit. According to cardiologists, mindful walking, where you maintain a steady pace, breathe deeply, and stay aware of your body, S movement enhances circulation and activates the large muscles that support the heart's function. Research published in the Journal of the American Heart Association found that adults over 60 who walked briskly with upright posture had up to a 30% lower risk of heart attack compared to those who walked slowly or slouched forward. Good posture allows the chest to expand fully, improving oxygen intake and reducing the strain on the heart. Doctors often recommend keeping the head up, shoulders relaxed, and arms swinging naturally in rhythm with your steps. This gentle coordination helps the heart and lungs work together efficiently, strengthening the cardiovascular system without overwhelming it. Breathing plays a vital role in heart-safe walking. Many people hold their breath unconsciously while walking uphill or at a fast pace, which raises blood pressure temporarily. Doctors advise breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth in a calm rhythm to maintain oxygen flow and prevent stress buildup in the arteries. Regular rhythmic breathing has been shown to lower both systolic and diastolic blood pressure within weeks of consistent practice. Walking also reduces the levels of stress hormones like cortisol and adrenaline, which silently raise heart risk when left unchecked. Studies show that daily walkers experience improved heart rate variability, a key marker of heart resilience and better mood regulation. Experts suggest choosing a quiet path or a park whenever possible where nature's rhythm naturally slows the mind and body. By combining posture, pace, and mindful breathing, a simple 30-minute walk becomes a daily heart treatment, one that builds strength, reduces tension, and protects the heart long after the walk ends. Now, number 3. Avoid processed and hidden salt foods that spike blood pressure. Doctors often warn that processed and packaged foods are one of the most common hidden causes of high blood pressure after 60. Even when these foods don't taste salty, they often contain large amounts of sodium to preserve flavor and shelf life. Excess sodium pulls water into the bloodstream, increasing blood volume and forcing the heart to pump harder. Over time, this constant strain stiffens artery walls, weakens the heart muscle, and raises the risk of heart attack and stroke. Research from the American Heart Association shows that most older adults consume nearly double the recommended daily sodium limit, much of it unknowingly from everyday foods that seem harmless. Many seniors assume that avoiding the salt shaker is enough, but doctors explain that more than 70% of daily sodium intake comes from processed and restaurant foods. Items such as canned soups, breads, sauces, frozen dinners, and even breakfast cereals can contain hidden salt. A single serving of canned soup, for example, can contain over 800 milligrams of sodium, nearly half of what doctors recommend for an entire day. Similarly, sauces like ketchup, soy sauce, and salad dressings often pack surprising sodium loads. Even low-fat or heart-healthy labeled snacks can hide high salt content for flavor compensation. Cardiologists often encourage seniors to check nutrition labels carefully and look for sodium or soda ingredients that appear early on the list, which signal high levels. The goal, according to heart specialists, is to keep sodium intake under 1,500 milligrams per day for optimal heart protection. Reading labels and comparing brands can significantly lower sodium consumption without giving up taste. Studies also show that retraining the palate gradually helps reduce the craving for salt. Within a few weeks of eating lower sodium meals, most people begin to prefer the natural flavor of fresh foods. Doctors recommend seasoning with herbs, lemon, garlic, or pepper instead of salt-heavy sauces. These natural seasonings not only preserve flavor, but also provide antioxidants that support artery health. By cutting down hidden salt in processed foods, seniors can keep their arteries more flexible, reduce blood pressure, and give their hearts the lighter workload they need to stay strong and steady. Now, number 4. Do sleep 7 to 8 hours every night. Your heart repairs itself when you rest. Doctors emphasize that getting 7 to 8 hours of sleep each night is one of the most powerful and overlooked ways to protect the heart after 60. During deep sleep, the body enters a repair mode in which blood pressure naturally drops, heart rate slows, and blood vessels relax. This nightly resting rhythm gives the cardiovascular system time to recover from the stress and strain of the day. Studies published in the European Heart Journal show that adults who regularly sleep fewer than 6 hours per night have a significantly higher risk of heart attack and stroke compared to those who sleep at least 7. The difference lies in what happens during those missing hours. The body loses its chance to restore balance in blood pressure, cholesterol, and inflammation. Sleep is also when the inner lining of blood vessels, known as the endothelium, repairs itself. This lining controls how blood flows and how easily arteries expand. When sleep is cut short, this repair process is interrupted, leading to stiffer arteries and higher blood pressure over time. Cardiologists note that poor sleep can also trigger irregular heart rhythms, called arrhythmias, especially in older adults. These rhythm disturbances occur because the heart's electrical system depends on stable nervous system activity, something that only resets properly during deep rest. Researchers have also found that lack of sleep raises levels of stress hormones such as cortisol, which keeps blood vessels constricted and blood sugar elevated. This combination silently increases strain on the heart, even in people who otherwise eat well and stay active. To avoid this cycle, doctors recommend consistent sleep timing, going to bed and waking up at the same hours each day to help the body maintain its natural rhythm. Small habits, like dimming lights an hour before bedtime or avoiding heavy meals late at night, can improve sleep quality without medication. When older adults get restorative sleep, morning blood pressure tends to stabilize. Inflammation decreases, and the heart functions with greater efficiency. In simple terms, sleep acts as a nightly tune-up for the cardiovascular system. Missing it repeatedly forces the heart to run without rest. But honoring those 7 to 8 hours gives it the recovery it needs to stay strong and dependable. Now, number 5. Do eat 1 handful of heart-protective foods: daily berries, nuts, olive oil, or leafy greens. Doctors consistently highlight that including a handful of heart-protective foods every day can dramatically reduce the risk of heart attack after 60. Foods like berries, nuts, olive oil, and leafy greens are rich in antioxidants, healthy fats, and natural compounds that protect arteries and improve circulation. Research from Harvard University shows that older adults who regularly eat these foods have lower levels of inflammation and better cholesterol balance. Antioxidants found in berries, such as anthocyanins, help prevent the oxidation of LDL cholesterol, the process that forms artery-clogging plaque. Eating just a small serving of blueberries or strawberries a few times a week can improve blood vessel function within months. Nuts, especially almonds and walnuts, provide healthy unsaturated fats and plant-based omega-3 south that reduce bad cholesterol while increasing good cholesterol. Some cardiologists recommend a small handful of unsalted nuts daily, since this amount supports heart health without adding excessive calories. Studies published in the Journal of Nutrition confirm that seniors who eat nuts regularly have up to a 30% lower risk of cardiovascular disease. These healthy fats also help stabilize heart rhythm and maintain flexible arteries, both of which become increasingly important with age. Olive oil, particularly extra virgin, contains polyphenols that protect the lining of blood vessels from damage. Doctors often describe it as liquid gold for the heart because of its strong anti-inflammatory properties. Replacing butter or margarine with a drizzle of olive oil on cooked vegetables or salads has been shown to lower heart attack risk significantly in older adults. Leafy greens, such as spinach, kale, and arugula, are another essential group of heart-protective foods. They're rich in nitrates, which help blood vessels relax and improve circulation. Research in the British Journal of Nutrition found that people who eat at least 1 cup of leafy greens daily have lower blood pressure and better arterial elasticity. The key, doctors say, is consistency rather than quantity. 1 handful or 1 small serving a day is enough to nourish and protect the heart. By making these foods part of daily life, a small bowl of berries, a few nuts, or greens with olive oil, the heart receives a steady supply of protection that medicine alone cannot match. If you find these doctor-backed heart tips helpful, take a moment to subscribe and stay connected. Each week brings new, reliable ways to keep your body strong and your heart steady after 60. Your health deserves care, knowledge, and small daily actions. Let's keep learning together.